FwooshCast.
Greetings and welcome to another convention exclusive special edition of the FwooshCast. And before we get started, we need to start this one with a warning because we are now in possession of the Tesseract. And all of you should be very, very scared when all I really do is want to use this to get home.
That's what I mean. I can skip my flight now and just use that and just show up.
The mundane uses I would have for such a powerful weapon.
I would go to Walmart. Or if I were really looking for something, is out in Asia.
Yeah, but you could go to the convention and sleep in your own bed.
Yeah.
It's so useful.
The hell.
And they used it for such devious and nefarious purposes in the Marvel cinematic universe.
Yeah, Red Skull wasn't... I mean, he never thought outside the box.
You are fired from the FwooshCast. So, what I'm going to do then is talk about, lots of stuff.
Yeah, Marvel Legends Day.
It's been a big Marvel Legends Day. So, I guess we're just going to jump right into everything that we saw. In true form, annual tradition every year, the Marvel team, they keep us waiting until late afternoon on Saturday to really come out guns blazing.
But they put on a hell of a panel.
They put on a hell of a panel, even in light of doing a lot of teases throughout the entire weekend. So there was a lot to see. At the panel this year.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot. I mean, okay. It doesn't seem... I mean, if you think about it, you think about how many boxes are there in the Hasbro booth? Mm-hmm. 6, 8, something like that. So when they put figures in there, you think, that's not very many, but it was quite a few.
It was, and the Black Panther wave, the Series 2, that we already knew about, that was the only full wave that was revealed. So it kind of, I get it. It feels like, we got parts of several, but we didn't get a full reveal. So maybe that makes it feel like there's not as much as there is. But we got over 30 upcoming releases either shown to us in the panel, down in the booth, or teased. That's pretty damn good for one show, I think.
Yeah. And the tease is what hurts. And I understand. I have my own want list. Mm-hmm. I have my own needs. My feelings on kids. I feel it right here of the things I need, but I'm good with things I get too. You know, maybe I didn't get everything I wanted.
Legends is a line for. I'm not going to say all, because some people are just miserable bastards and nothing will ever appeal. But it's a line for most Marvel collectors. So getting pieces here and there. It's great, but I can still enjoy and appreciate the things that I'm not even initially excited about.
And I could say right at this point, because of all the reveals and all the excitement and standing in that booth, feeling the utter joy of new toy, it's just, I can say I'm not as excited about these figures, but when it's time to release and I've gotten the ones I've wanted, or the ones I wanted are coming, and it'll be in between right there, and I won't be spending any money on it, I think I'll get that. Yeah. And then I will more than likely like it more than I'm feeling at the moment. Yeah. But there is a lot of toy joy going on.
Toy joy. Mm-hmm. Toy joy for this toy boy.
That's right.
So let's get into it. The panel started. They talked about, the obvious 10-year anniversary of the MCU. Most of the stuff that was shown off. Oh gosh, there's a lot of MCU figures coming out. They're just going to abandon comic book figures. Wrong. Right. There are a lot of comic book figures, and actually, for the first thing that they showed at the panel that was brand new, that we hadn't seen or alluded to at all.
And it's odd how they showed it, right? I mean, they showed it and then went back to
into
mugs
it, but
and
I mean,
stuff.
but what are you gonna do?
It's Hercules.
Hercules.
Sorry, I just blew it, didn't I? You were building up to it, and it was just like, it's Hercules. Move on.
I was gonna sing the whole Disney. Actually, I wish I don't know the whole Hercules song from Disney, but
to throw him in like
modern Hercules,
yeah, and I like it. It has classic tinges in its modern. It reminds me of an even more modern, astonishing take. It takes some of that classic flavor mixes it up with some new
It's
ingredients.
kind of like that Thor that they led off with when they kind of did the Return of Marvel Legends of whoever it was. It's a modern Thor, but it takes its sensibilities from the classic,
Right.
which I think this Thor
or Hercules. Yeah, you got Thor.
Oh yeah, I got Thored. Did well. So they alluded to the fact that he would be a part of an upcoming Avengers series, much like they hinted at Shuri, who we didn't get a look at.
But Silhouette, she's
Silhouette.
coming. I don't remember anything about her being in an Avengers wave, but I will. I believe you.
If it wasn't expressly stated, it was strongly hinted that was the case.
I may have been going,
but at this point too, I mean, I don't know where else she's gonna fall, unless maybe she's like a retailer exclusive one-off type of thing. If she's gonna be in a series,
maybe
it's really only gonna make sense that she's gonna show up,
especially
all new,
being all new tooling, that kind of thing. So
yeah,
well, I don't know. The 10-year stuff is all new tooling and it's exclusive, but she doesn't feel like a single release.
Yeah, she kind of needs a.
Or I mean, just by herself somewhere kind of release. But they are doing another MCU character. I mean, it's a rehash, but it's in a better paint job and stuff. So,
Ultron.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Right.
I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I took that one.
No.
It is the Ultron that was previously a Build-A-Figure. Coming back with a new paint deck. It paints the only
all
difference,
painted.
right?
The original, it was molded in the gray. Kind of
Took
boring.
a little bit of the sheen off of it.
It was a little bit lackluster.
It did lackluster.
That's right.
For sure.
And now it's lustered up.
Yes. So he is a retailer exclusive coming to GameStop that was kind of the cat was let out of the bag a little early thanks to Canada.
Yeah. We were sitting in the panel,
fund.
waiting for the panel, looking at Canada pictures
Yeah.
of Ultron, or at least GameStop pictures of Ultron.
So retailer exclusive. Several of those showing off. Another one, because we're going to talk about these retailer exclusives, because that's kind of how they presented them in the panel, was the Archangel, who
they had hinted at through the show with Apocalypse's
Claw, which that's where the Claw wound up, is with Archangel. So he is the herald of Apocalypse's
Herald.
Claw. Well,
Oh,
he was he's kind of like his herald.
Yeah, a horseman.
Yeah, horseman. But I mean, he kind of preceded. Right, most of the time, yeah, I don't know, it works. But
there's lack of sleep.
Yeah, the figure itself, as it's packaged, is pretty much a repainted rehash. He has a matte finish everywhere except the wings this time, which are very shiny. But then,
which is completely backwards from the last release.
It's a flip. So if you want him to all be shiny, and you have the previous release, put the new wings on that, vice versa, or you can just take it as it is.
But I like the matte look to the body this time.
I do too.
It's more
comic booky.
I can't remember the artist on X Factor at that time.
You're not going to get that out of me right
now,
that's for sure.
But it's dull, but I like the shiny wings. So I may... before we started recording this, I was like, I don't know about Archangel. He's okay. But now that we're talking about it,
we've talked him into it, because not only does he have a preferred deco over the old one, but he's got 3 extra heads?
3 extra heads, so 4 in all. The standard costume head, not stern. He looks kind of like just kind of bored, actually.
Yeah.
Yellow hair, blue skin, the angry blue-haired, yellow skin, black around his eyes. Did I say blue-haired?
You did.
Yeah, I did, didn't I? Yellow hair, blue skin. That's not a Fwoosh exclusive or anything. And then the death mask.
Yeah.
So
strong release. That figure goes for quite a bit of money on the secondary market. Much like their friends sitting across the hall in the Star Wars Black Team. I think the Marvel guys recognize some figures that are out there that are becoming more and more important to have into the collections that they're building now, which we'll get into that, how Archangel fits in with the very clear and present theme that I think is going on in a release pattern here in a minute. But it's good. I'm glad they're getting him back.
And he's
out
already
there.
up for pre-order.
So
GameStop
pre-order
and Entertainment Earth.
Make sure you go by the Fwoosh, and we'll send you a link. You can order them from Entertainment Earth, right? But continuing on, we also have the A.I.M Soldier 2-pack. Or A.I.M Scientist. I mean, we're getting tactical scientists.
I was completely off on that. They've been teasing that with the A.I.M gun in there, and it was in the Rider's box. So I thought
someone would have called that perfectly. We could have talked about this the other day, but
I don't know why you hate me. You're superior, okay?
No. But what I didn't see coming was the interpretation of a tactical A.I.M scientist now, because he's got the was that the Scourge head?
Is it the Scourge head? That makes sense.
It looked like it.
Yeah, maybe. And then the Paladin body.
Yeah, and the Paladin head is in there too,
redecoed,
much like they did with that Taskmaster with the Hydra guys, and 2 of the Beekeeper or the Bucket or whatever.
And I like the colors on the. I'm still remembering him as all yellow, but I guess he did have black boots.
But he had yellow gloves, and now he's got black gloves.
Yeah. Which I like. I like it.
It's a little different.
Up a little bit.
Yeah.
Plus, MODOK, the old Toy Biz, like we talked about, or we have talked about before, still holds up. It's still a good piece. So that's just more soldiers to
I would never take that attitude of, well, we already have MODOK because he came out 15 years ago or whatever. Not that
definitely,
long ago.
Because I was looking forward to it. If in my head I was like, oh, that's for Riders MODOK, because he rides in his chair, So then I would have been perfectly happy to replace it. But that is a good piece from Toy Biz.
All right, moving on. It kind of in the theme of Archangel, another exclusive from our always good pals at Walgreens is a plussed up, slightly different take on a figure that was mostly, well, it was released, but it's most of the parts from it is magic from the Book of Vishanti a couple of years ago.
I'm not familiar. Here.
San Diego exclusive. Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with this look for magic. It's more modern than I'm used to. I know a lot of people were like, I hope it's not a Kitty Pryde with a new head and a metal arm. That's what I was hoping for, because that's how I see that's how I see her in my head. Or Darkchild, with the dog legs and the tail and such.
Yeah.
Well, she had the legs. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you. It's just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And the horns. But that would have made me want Sim and Neaster, or however you were.
But she's coming to Walgreens, which is kind of a break in the theme.
It makes you sad, doesn't it?
A little bit, but I never got the Book of Vishanti set,
neither
so
did I.
I paid out the what to get Hela, but I never bit on. I paid out the wallet for Hela, but I never bit on. Magic, so I'm glad I didn't.
I'm not turning Magic down.
Yeah.
Because she looks cool. And if we never get another one again, Magic on the shelf. Magic in our hearts.
It's strange magic.
It is. If you believe in magic.
But, so a little bit different for Walgreens. It'll be interesting to see where they go after this one. I know I saw chatter already. It's like, but Super Scroll was in the Walgreens system. Well, I guess you can't always go by.
You know what?
But maybe he's still coming.
As far as that goes, anytime we hear a rumor, anytime we see proof, until it's announced, if it spills out of Hasbro's mouth, I don't get my hopes up.
Yeah,
it's exciting. Yeah, rumors and such, but my heart will go on. I'm doing a lot of heart metaphors. I don't know what it is. Because it's been a emotional day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marvel Legends and
Ian Malcolm.
And those Dungeons and Dragons statues.
Yeah, man.
My heart. Anyway,
figures.
Marvel Legends.
Yeah. So, Magic coming to Walgreens. Then we have a Edge of the Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah. Spider-Gwen and
Miles. Both newly decoed.
I kind of like the colors on Spider-Gwen better.
Do you?
This time around. The first time was kind of bright blue, lighter blue. I think I like the darker look for it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still a fan of the I'm still a fan of the original one, but I'm interested to see how the paint on the new head looks because the old Gwen, it wasn't one of their best as far as paint goes. So.
And it looks like it has a more natural skin tone to it.
Yeah,
to be based on a cartoon.
Yeah, her hair was a big plasticky looking piece of blonde. I'm hoping it's got some color.
And Miles has a different design to his costume too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm not an expert on the looks between Into the Spider-Verse and his comic book look and such, but I like that design. I like the red on black. It looks cool.
And that's Target, maybe.
Why would you quit doing that? I don't know.
It's coming out. Misinformation.
It's coming out. That's what the front page is for, when we can reference and stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
This is us at midnight going. I like toys.
And that's midnight Pacific time, so it's like 2:00 in the morning or 3:00 in the morning.
Our real time.
So I mean,
but that's why they came up with military time, right? To make it the same all over the world.
Oh God! More on that later, and emphasis on the moron. But the last retailer exclusive that we saw was something that was previously shown, speculated, hinted at. All of this is that old man. Well, not Old Man Wolverine, but Days of Future Past.
Days of Future Past,
Wolverine,
and that wasn't shown at the actual panel.
Right, it was down in the booth.
It just popped up on top. They threw it up on top of the boxes and let us take pictures for a minute.
And it was widely accepted that was previously going to be a Toys R Us. But I am positive this one is coming to Amazon. Now,
we definitely asked about that.
The Sentinel is the same in terms of parts as the previous one, and it still makes all the talking and whatnot. But
the lights.
Yeah, but I can't picture it enough in my head if it's redecoed at all or if it has the same deco as before.
Yeah, I didn't even. I mean,
obviously there was the silver and purple one, but I'm talking about the more traditional Sentinel color. If this one has any variance from the one that was previously released, but if it does, I think it's going to be subtle, and they'll all still kind of fit together nicely. So
and then the Wolverine has that rider's look to his head, kind of the smashed look.
Yeah,
but it was hard to see. I saw it at Toy Fair, but it was further than 2 feet away, so I couldn't see it very well.
Yeah,
and the plastic tonight, along with the terrible lighting in most of the booths at Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's always
so it was the end of the day.
But I'm glad that one survived. And they found a spot for it.
And especially being Amazon, you just jump on, click.
Yeah, it's like you pre-order it, and then sometimes it's hard to get. It goes away for a while, but then it's like that stuff always seems to come back into stock eventually, and then it'll be good.
We didn't get a price though.
Yeah.
So best guess.
70.
Oh, you got
69.
Yeah.
Maybe
my brain skews a little bit because I got mine at Ross.
Yeah.
For $15 or whatever it was, 20.
I mean,
I'm thinking 55 or 60. I think with this many times that they've reissued that Sentinel. Sentinel. Like them Sentinels.
I mean that would essentially be getting Wolverine for free, but maybe you will be.
You're so fighting the yawn.
I'm fighting it, but it's going away. It's going away.
Okay, I did 65, 70.
Okay, well.
That's my final answer.
We'll see.
Lock it in.
But I'm looking forward to it. Might even have to get a couple, so I have 3
extra
Sentinels.
Wolverines. Sentinels.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I thought you were adding to your Wolverine army.
I've got to have one that has an Australian accent.
Throw the Sentinels out. I don't need these things.
All right. Okay. So then that pretty much did it for our retailer exclusives, right? So then they went into talking about a series, and this is actually the only full series that they showed off at the entire show, besides Black Panther. And they've been showing us from the breakfast Ant-Man and Wasp, and then doing the case
cool,
Black Panther and Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider,
which is already. Did the original come with the blonde head?
No, the original didn't have a swappable head like that.
And then Black Panther is cool. They took the purple power off the Walmart exclusive.
Yep, and it's got that newer Black Panther head.
Yeah, and the ears back.
On it.
I like that look. I'm not I have no attachment to it, but
Right.
it looks fierce.
Right. Yeah. So they went and I'm gonna send you into song again. They went and saved the best for last, in my opinion, with their reveal of a pretty classic Hawkeye and a definitely classic Vision.
Which I'm digging more than I probably should.
Yeah, I'm very happy to get those guys, mainly because we talked about this last time, but I'm into iconography with superheroes, right? And I understand from a regular Marvel Legends series approach that sometimes they're going to want to capture current costumes or things that are going on in the comics for cross-sell purposes, but this vintage line really gives you a chance to kind of go back and say, okay, well, I may not have gotten my version of this character in the Marvel Legends line, but with a little tweaking or whatever, it can end up in the vintage. So I really like this series, and I like Hawkeye and Vision definitely is my favorites from this wave. So I'm looking forward to it.
And Vision really popped out as my favorite of the wave, just because of the colors on them. I know some people, the body may be a little bit small for Vision's official stats, but the look of the body and the new cape, the way they have it laying, it just looks amazing.
And it's
now the shorts. Well, I won't even get into that. That's just a minor little nitpick thing. A little bit long. They painted down onto the legs, but Dwight also said that he was supposed to come with. He would have liked for it to come with a splayed out hand to hold the Ultron head that comes with it, with the Kirby crackle in the eyes and such, and mouth.
So instead of holding it, Vision's just gonna have to kick it around.
That's exactly wow. That's exactly what he said. Kick the head around, or stand on it, or
kick the can. That was a game. The Avengers played Kick the Ultron head.
While Ultron bitches about it all the time. Don't kick me, flesh thing. I don't know if that's an Ultron saying, but that sounds like a robot thing to say, You got
to do it in your Spader voice now.
There is no strings on me.
But this is a good assortment. Plus, overall, I think it's stronger than the first one.
I need the Wasp loose. It's blue. It's a nice contrast to the whole collection. There's lots of reds.
Well, and since you have, you've always had 5 or 6 of the blue Toy Biz ones carded that you hang on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
You can open one.
I use them to light the money to light my cigars.
Exactly. But only on special occasions.
Yeah. Thursdays. No. But that's a nice callback, and they said that during the panel. That since that didn't make it out,
that one will be out in October. I hope it is wildly successful because I want to see them continue this. It's a great way, and I want to see them expand it. The X-Men are pretty much screaming for an expression.
And I've said it before. I'll buy a set to keep carded, which I never do anymore unless it's vintage carded. And then I'll need go
get the ones from it that you'll
Ant-Man, Wasp, and Vision.
Yeah,
maybe Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's kind of, he has a lot of reuse from the previous Hawkeye. The head is the same, so the mask doesn't kind of flare out as much as I'd
like
probably
to see a little bit more Wolverine.
And then that rig that he kind of had on that was like the shoulder armor with the straps that came down to hold on
that need to be glued down more than likely.
That came from the previous figure, but for all intents and purposes, if you appreciated the Toy Biz Hawkeye as being good, close enough to being a classic Hawkeye, I think this kind of rides that kind of same. It's that close still, but not perfect.
It'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then I look down and I like the purple power on the Black Panther that I do have. I'm okay with it being kind of juiced up.
I can't make up my mind if I like this new Black Panther, the vintage Black Panther a lot, but that Walmart exclusive Black Panther that previously came out with the cape, you take the cape off, and to me that achieves what that previous Black Panther tried to do, but it had too much light blue on it to get that real classic Black Panther. So I'm gonna be of two minds, but I'll end up with both of them, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Mark me down for 2 of each.
Yeah. All right. So then
it goes into some Spider-Man.
Then we go into 2019 now, with
wait.
Oh wait.
Some of that is, I mean, all that's not coming out this year, is it? Archangel and Archangel.
Well, I don't think so, but in terms of how they presented it as far as series go for
actual
2019.
Marvel Legend waves type things.
So we know we're going into another big movie year because
yeah.
every year seems to be a big movie year right now, and Captain Marvel will be out first, and then the next Avengers movie will be out after that. So we didn't didn't really get a lot, and then Spider-Man will be out later in the summer.
Yeah.
But we didn't really get a lot from the Avengers or Captain Marvel because they're going to be coming around first. They're obviously not going to reveal a lot of the figures that are in there due to movie timing and whatnot. But with Spider-Man being later in the year, they're going to be carrying a comic.
Yeah. Comic Spider-Man.
A full comic Spider-Man, well, what we think is a full comic Spider-Man wave coming as early as January, they said. They showed off 4 figures plus the Build-A-Figure from this. So let's do a little build-up because I don't think that there's any disagreement here that the Build-A-Figure of this series is the real winner. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one.
That's Grace, I think. So the first one that they showed off is one that I'll have to apologize because I don't really know anything about it. Is the new look of the symbiote Spider-Man.
That caught me off guard. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know,
that's them keeping it pretty present.
Yeah,
right?
I know nothing about Spider-Verse, so I'm already caught off guard with like Spider-Punk and stuff like that. But this is insane. It's fairly new. It has to be because I haven't even seen anybody ask for it yet.
Yeah, it's an interesting costume because it keeps with the classic black and white that you would expect from it, but the what is it? The mask, the eye,
the goggles,
maybe. Whatever. Yeah, I don't know. They're a little weird.
Yeah,
I'll be interested to see how it ultimately translates.
They're very 80s Devo-ish type.
Remember those sunglasses that you could get at Pizza Hut that had like those? I don't know. It looks like maybe he got them at Pizza Hut.
I only worked at Pizza Hut for a couple years.
Well.
Oh, right now? You want me to look it up?
Well, you can do it later.
Okay.
But it's like they were like these. They're the stereotypical 80s sunglasses with like the lines across them. Some of them, and some of them had like the. That's what popped in my head.
The points throw me off.
Yeah.
And it looks like in the comic art that they
Trust
show
me,
it goes
Google
back
like
a
1980s Pizza Hut sunglasses, and it's going to totally remind you of this. I promise.
Will it?
Yeah, it will.
Will it?
Anyway, yes. Anyway, so he's coming. It's cool.
Yeah. Saying all that, like we're bashing it all to hell.
No, I'm
like
not.
The look of it.
Yeah.
But I'm a symbiote kind of guy. I dig just the simplicity of the black and white. Mm-hmm. It's just silence.
And that's a design that I think is a little difficult to update because it's clean and it's right. So to their credit, at least they're bringing something new to it while retaining the overall classic aesthetic to it, I guess.
While bringing another Spider-Man to the fold.
Which is, it's a Spider-Man assortment. It's not like you're not going to get at least one. But joining him in this series is another relatively, I guess not new character, but new... iteration of a character. That's very good. That's very good. With the red,
I can pull off some big words every now and then.
The Red Goblin.
The
Red Goblin. And so this is
Norman. I think it's Norman with the Carnage symbiote.
Okay.
Symbiote.
Okay. It's not Cletus.
No, I don't think it's Cletus. I don't know the whole story there. Again, I haven't watched a lot of modern comics lately, in a while. Yeah. But from what I understood and people, talking about it on the forums, that's what I think.
It's slick.
But I see a nice carnagey looking goblin. Like
it's a slick looking figure. I mean, Venom's about as far as I go when we get into those kinds of those characters. Carnage, I guess he's been around so long that but usually I'm like, but this one's a good one. I like the look of him
because it evokes some goblin, and that goblin is classic in our heads.
Yeah, he's got a unique silhouette to him, which I think is kind of important because I don't know. I think part of the reason why I was never into it is because this is just another play up on Venom or whatever.
Yeah,
and
the
while,
tendrils, the tentacles.
Right, and while this is a different play up on Carnage, I mean he's angular, you know, in the mask and whatnot to recall kind of the Goblin mask. So
plus the
it's
bombs.
cool.
They mentioned the bombs for some reason, but the bombs just happen to have the same looking goggles on them as the symbiote Spider-Man.
That look like 1980s Pizza Hut sunglasses.
I've heard that somewhere before.
Okay, so he'll be a part of that wave too, and then we've got to give credit, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to give direct credit because I don't remember the name of the person, but when they snuck in a little teaser yesterday or the day before.
Today.
Was it today that they did that?
Yeah, they did that this morning.
Oh, God,
first
the
thing
con was running together as it does on Friday night.
The little
or
tentacle
Saturday
whip.
night.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was a whip? It's like, oh no, that fell off of Omega Red or whatever. No. Somebody was all over it, and that it was the whip for the modern Black Cat.
Yeah, which I have no clue. It's very classic Black Cat. They just made the white fur black.
And
which makes her more stealthy, really. I mean,
and she's a little bit more practically dressed, I think, than the classic.
And she
Black
seems very happy about it. Too.
Yeah, big smile.
Very, very happy
big
about
smile.
it.
Yeah. Overall, it's a good looking figure. One thing I noticed, and I guess you could say this is kind of a criticism. Her eyes are pretty far apart, so it makes her face look a little weird. To me.
With the smile under it, it looks.
It doesn't look bad. It just looks like maybe it's a specific artist or something that they took from.
It seems a little bit small, maybe for an adult female, but that's just me going off memory.
Yeah, when they did the classic Black Cat, aside from the feet, which make her kind of a pain in the ass to stand up.
I forgot about those damn heels.
Yeah, that's pretty much my Black Cat. So this one's cool. To come.
Yeah, but it's not as exciting as Miss Silver Sable.
Silver Sable is, as far as the standard figures, because they only showed off 4 of the standard figures, and she is obviously the last one that we've come to discuss. Definitely for me, the most exciting. She looks great.
Yeah.
And thinking about it, I cannot believe this is the first time ever in Marvel Legends that we've gotten Silver Sable.
Well, I mean, I don't know if she's been as prominent since the 90s, but, I remember back in the 90s...
Tombstone beat her to the line, I mean...
Yeah, that's true. I remember in the 90s, she was a badass, don't get me wrong, but it's been so long since I've read it, she reminds me of an Amanda Waller type character. But not as devious, but she would hire people to go do her shit.
Yeah.
So, but that may not be right. That's just how I remember in my head. There's a lot of comics I need to go back and read. But I love the look with the white, the silver, the white, and some silver, and then the white. And
with a touch of silver.
A little bit of silver.
One thing that, no fault to anyone who's taking a photograph or whatever, the photographs don't pick up on just how slick that figure looks.
It's kind of a silver. It's not chrome or anything like that.
but it's just subtle enough that it's not like any other like silver application that we've seen in the line so far.
It's got a little metallic to it.
But it's subdued, but it's not.
But it being a prototype, I don't know how that's going to come across in production.
See, I got my own hopes up. And
you just ruined the whole con, didn't you?
Dash it.
I know. But I can see some repaints in my head of people chroming out the body.
Yeah, so you can't ever touch it again.
Yeah,
unless you get fingerprints on it. But so obviously more to come. I would say that it's a safe assumption that there are at least 2 more figures from that series that we haven't seen to bring us up to 6. There could possibly be 3, because Marvel Legends seems to kind of vary between 6 and 7 figures, depending on the assortment.
And then the size of the Build-A-Figure, which oh man, if this was, I mean, I'm probably, if I were to pick a favorite, it would be an X-Men of some kind. But if there were no X-Men shown at this one, this would be my. So
after a couple of Spider-Man series where the SPDR, I don't really know a whole lot about it, so I wasn't really excited about that. The Lizard Build-A-Figure, it looks cool. It's not really classic enough for me.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird with articulation. But this Build-A-Figure.
Yeah. Oh.
The Kingpin.
Oh.
He looks... I thought the Thing was a chunk of a figure, and he is. This Kingpin looks like you better hope ain't nobody standing below him on the shelf if he decides to jump off, because holy shnikes does he look awesome and big and
good for a big figure. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because in my head I always pictured the Toy Biz one, and it was awkward,
to say the least.
Yeah.
But I've got to say, no, it wasn't. He looks well articulated. Like, just judging by what we did see, it looks like he's going to be able to move well. He's got big fists. His cane with the diamond on it is really something impressive. I mean, this is a Kingpin that he'll fight you. You know, I mean,
and he very comic book proportionate, not realistic. Nobody would have hands that big.
Right.
That
well,
size,
well, and that build, but
it's
very
beautiful
comic.
for comic, and it either comes with. I'm pretty sure it's 2 heads, but
the
listening
way that
back,
we'll check on this, so we'll be able to correct it. If not, it's like we think that they said that he comes with an angry head and an angry head,
but the way
it kind of sounded like he's got a more neutral head, and then an angry head,
and then
an
very
angry head.
So it's just the way it was worded. Have to double check that.
We'll have to see. But regardless, I mean, you're gonna be able to have it your way, baby. With however you want Kingpin to be expressing himself. But
as a badass,
he's a Build-A-Figure where, I mean, they could have They could have sold empty cards except for the Build-A-Figure pieces and charged figure prices, and I would have. It makes no difference who's in this assortment. I don't care. Yeah. They would be purchased anyway.
Yeah.
Because this is an awesome Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
So then
we get to my favorite. Maybe not so much the cartoon, because we're not going to get into that Storm costume. Crap. No, I can't take it.
It's shiny black.
It's shiny
We're
black.
in agreement on this one.
It's gloss black.
If you want to say you want Storm in a silver costume or Storm in a white costume, if you like that, that's fine, and it's okay to want, but that is not what she wore
in the comics.
Yeah,
it was white in the cartoon.
Right.
And I can see how people could see silver, but it was black in the comic
was it
book.
white in X-Men versus Capcom that a lot of people use as their,
I don't know,
basis for that. Yeah, but
don't even look there.
Anyway, we'll get to her in just a second.
But X-Men, there was some we kind of expected, and there was some that there was a left field one.
So we've had 2 or 3 X-Men assortments now, if we count Apocalypse, right? And each one, really looking at them, the assortments are pretty eclectic, you know? There's nothing thematic about them really, except for that they're all X-Men related, because they kind of pull from all over the place within the assortment. And I think this one kind of, we didn't get to see all the figures yet, but this one really ramps that up a little bit, because I would never say there's something for everyone, because some people are never going to be glad with some of these things. But this is about as close as it gets, I think, because the first figure that they showed off for this was Skull
Crusher.
Buster. Skull Buster.
No, it's Bone Buster.
No.
Skull Crusher.
You're just trying to confuse me.
It's Skull Buster.
Skull Buster from the Ravas. The Ravas. So let's be clear. Mr. D. White, Whitestall. Yeah. He is a fan of the Reavers, and I think you can tell just by looking at the amount of care that was put into.
Now it's not perfect.
Figure.
Now it's not perfect, and he fully admits that reuse from Deathlock here works for Skullbuster.
Yeah, and I like Deathlock as a figure. The parts are good. I gotta tell you, everybody has their thing. The Reavers aren't necessarily my thing, but he's a really cool figure when
Oh
when
man, you
put
paint a
together.
skull on somebody's face? He's
Well,
gonna be a badass anyway.
And I'll be honest with you, it's like I could take like a whole like gang of those guys as like, but he looks really cool and.
Oh, you're talking about all the same guy?
Yeah,
same
yeah,
figure, not the actual
right,
team.
Right.
Because you're not really a huge fan of the Reavers.
I don't have anything against them.
Right. But
yeah.
I mean, the Reavers in your grand scale of villains to get.
Right.
It's not up there.
I'm not really one for Reavers.
But see, Skullbuster gives me, and the Reavers, if the Reavers were to continue on, gives me hope for OUTBACK team, which
the waiter, the line cook, OUTBACK.
I got it after the first thing, okay? You don't have to explain the joke to me.
It's not really a joke.
I know. But that's my second favorite team, I think, after Astonishing.
Really?
Yeah.
More than GXM?
GXM. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Yeah.
You don't have to decide.
Yeah,
they're both good.
They're all equally good.
Okay.
But just those three are better than the rest of them.
Well,
unless you make good figures of the Jim Lee era, and
which they are doing, and here we come to it, right?
Yeah.
Because
no. Let's go through the order.
Okay.
And save the one they saved for last.
Okay. Well,
because remember.
Okay. Well, but really, so Skullbuster, they showed the slides of him,
and then if you remember,
and the Reavers and whatnot, and they
killed
said they
Skullbuster.
were.
Yeah.
If you think my
jokes are bad,
lame,
you thought my jokes were bad.
I know, it was like Forge shadowing.
Yeah.
So I think it's safe to assume that old Forge is going to show up in this assortment.
And I'm good with that. Some metal here,
yeah.
Some metal there, but mostly, more than likely, going to be his blue and gold. Yeah, with the tassels and the exposed parts.
Yeah,
it would be cool. I'm down for that.
And a mighty mustache.
That's right. And the headband, which we got in a 2-pack a while back.
And no,
that was the dark
days. Bro. Yeah. So Forge, that's cool. Nothing's shown. Maybe we'll see him at one of the upcoming international cons, since Hasbro is making
and that's another thing.
Effort
I mean,
to spread the love around. So
the world,
yeah. So if for some reason 30+ reveals or hints aren't enough to constitute a lot in your book, that's probably because there will be more coming at these subsequent cons. So.
Yeah, Canada, Mexico, Italy, London,
Paris.
And Paris.
They had a Parisian con that was listed in there. So okay, that's cool. But Forge was hinted at.
Yeah, and then
but then we went back into some real confirmation.
The Exiles.
Exiles
is one of my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I say that about everything. You know what? That's one of my favorites.
I like
too.
OUTBACK. I like the Reavers and Forge.
That's one of my favorites.
Uh-huh.
Well, they just happen to hit on a bunch of my favorites today.
Well, that's good. It was a good day to be a robo. Every day's a good day to be a robo.
Hell yeah.
Killer. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But it was funny because we were talking about the Marvel team. They're pretty good at running a panel. They give the people what they want. They tease the shit out of people. They misdirect and this and that. But they kept putting up the comic panels. Everybody's like, it's Blink. Oh no, it's Morph.
Morph would have been cool too.
Morph would have been cool.
Yeah.
So I think everybody the room had it down to it was either going to be Blink or Morph before
the panel led them that way with the Age of Apocalypse hint and thing. So it had to be Morph or Blink.
Yeah. But
I went Blink.
But it's Blink. She looks cool.
It's a good character. It's it's another female. It's a cool skin tone. The green on the pink. The hair.
Nobody's looking like her.
But a cool thing, because of the way Blink was posed in more of an action pose, if you stand her straight up, the front skirt piece actually goes down between and kind of blows behind her knee, kind of an action look to it, just to give it a little bit more dynamic.
That's an interesting take. I think I'm okay with it for Blink. I don't
it's
think
not
I'd
like
want it for everybody.
Well, it's not like a cape that's blowing off to the side, you know, or you know, other pieces that is constant action. If nothing else, it's just she stepped forward a little bit and the skirt's behind her. So still a good look. She has her shards.
So Gambit, along with Nightcrawler, we know have been two old Toy Biz figures that have been held in high esteem by the creators of those figures. So I think it's been a long time coming that either one of these characters has had any type of involvement in Marvel Legends, but I'm probably historically the furthest thing that you can get from being someone who would be excited about getting a Gambit figure, but
and we tell them this every time we're in the booth. The Lee X-Men aren't my favorite. That's when I was getting out of comics. You know, I never got into the cartoon, everything. But you give me good figures of
I damn well
team.
Cannot wait to build that Lee team.
Or just have the gold,
and I've come
the
a long
blue.
way.
Yeah.
I've come a long way, and I put the blame squarely on the Marvel Legends team because they have made me like and want those figures in that style, and Gambit is an integral part of that, and he looks friggin' great, and he's gonna look friggin' great with that Rogue.
Yeah, just standing beside Rogue, she'll have a place. Well, she has a place to go right now.
Right.
She's flying on my. She's up above everybody, but I have to bring her down to stand beside that Gambit. Now the Gambit is a new torso. It's new legs, new hands, of course, new head. They had to do a new torso because of the inset overlay blue piece on the
piping on
and then the pipe down here. So they just made a new torso altogether.
The jacket and the arms are reused, but I mean, there's a little bit of limited mobility in the shoulders.
I think
on that,
right? Unless they alter the torso somehow.
Right. So we'll see if that carries over. But that notwithstanding, I don't know why they would create new pieces for the jacket and arms because they work perfectly with as far as looks with what they already had. Yeah. So
the big test will be getting the figure in a neutral pose. See if he can stand up straight, put the arms down.
Yeah.
Because they worked on it a little bit with later figures. I remember Red Skull, because I just messed with him last week, is stuck in this position. So
yeah, that's right. The one that came that the Hit Monkey was.
I don't know. We've said Hit Monkey like 70 times today.
I don't remember what assortment that was, but
we need a Colossus. We need a Iceman.
Beast.
Yeah, whatever.
Beast.
No, we need Beast. But with Gambit, it seems like they're still moving forward on that.
Yeah.
They can't just give us the whole team at the same time. That's no toy company ever does that to us anyway. They never have. Marvel Legends surely never has. All at the same time.
But let's talk about that, right? Because throughout the history of Marvel Legends, this team, it's hard to put together any team.
Yeah. They're still
complete.
It's still an ongoing process.
But I have to say now more so than any other time, for Jim Lee fans, even though everything hasn't been revealed yet, I'd say now is the time to be extremely happy and optimistic because, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't see how they would not finish the full blue and gold lineups in Legends now, and as beautifully as they've done so far.
Now, they are beautiful figures. They're awesome. Mobility, they look great.
Colossus and Beast should be next because they can fit into different eras too, especially Colossus.
Previous and
Dwight, we need a classic Colossus right now.
But do you think that ups the appeal for us? That we can see that they're going to be finishing a team
it absolutely
at some
does.
point in hopefully the near future.
Yep. Because if I were if I were only able to have one version of every single character on my shelf, if I were, even though historically it is not my favorite team, if that full roster was completed, that is the one that I would display if I could only have one version of each character, because the whole goddamn team can stand on the shelf together and be cohesive and look as great as those costumes can afford them to look in action figure form. So yeah, I would do it. I can't believe I'm saying that, but
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, Gambit, we were talking about Blink having a little action to her thing. He's got a little action to his hair. I'd kind of like to see an alternate head where it's more...
Yeah.
He always had the flying up,
but you know,
a
it's
little
like,
bit more relaxed.
When you think of Gambit, you got his, I don't know, his pole, his stick... Staff, whatever.
Which is a new piece, too.
Yeah.
He comes with that.
It's
and
like,
if
he's like, you know, doing that dynamic 90s pose and throwing it out behind him to throw the card, it's like, whoosh, you know, that hair is just whoosh, yeah, as he's throwing his I mean, he could have thrown knives for Christ's sake, but we use his cards.
Cards are cool, because anybody can pick up cards and at least attempt to toss them.
He's no Ricky J.
You know what I thought when they were tossing out
just look it up.
I thought, you know what? I thought they were tossing out cards for a giveaway or something, that the cards had something on them.
Oh,
My
yeah.
stupid ass at first was like, I'm way back here. Do I get a card?
It's like the Marvel trading cards or whatever.
Yeah.
But once again, their credit to them for the panelists.
I'm a little slow.
It's like shooting cards out there, and everybody but this guy here was like, "Oh, and he's like, "Where's my Marvel playing cards? I'm back here.
I want a giveaway. Hey, can you make it to back here?"
You didn't get a lightsaber. You didn't get a Force Effects lightsaber at the Black Series panel either.
They gave those all away to kids and stuff.
I know.
So
I
can't be too mad.
They gave a kid an Infinity Gauntlet in the booth today too, while I was standing around there.
Oh, really?
Waiting for you to.
They gave a kid a skiff.
Yeah,
or sail barge. Sail barge. Yeah.
Jeez, I need to start bringing my kid to Comic-Con. But
no, that's cool. And then they did a poll: no stubble on Gambit, and stubble
resounding
landslide
on that one.
And he said it would be the same sculpt, just like a spray or something.
So I get it if you don't like the hair, or you'll have to get used to it. But overall, it's a pretty nice figure.
I'm not passing on it.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, that's all that they showed or hinted at, except for the Build-A-Figure. They thought they were going to get cute because at the beginning they showed Professor X, who we're going to talk about here in just a second.
During the X-Men they showed Professor X standing.
So they thought they'd throw us a little confusion here. And show Professor X by himself at the beginning of the X-Men reveals. And then they thought they'd get really cute at the end by teasing the Build-A-Figure and leading it up. Oh, it's going to be the hover chair. And then they're like, no, it's not going to be the hover chair. Yeah. And then they made... The illusion to it was not, but it wasn't as strong as Forge and Storm.
Oh,
and
no,
whatnot.
It was more verbal.
That they're gonna pick this.
Oh, come on, Guido's not bad.
He sucks.
See,
but there's something for everybody.
That is. See, don't turn to the dark side.
He's so.
But see,
terrible.
if it was Strong Guy, or if it is Strong Guy. And I'm good with his old costume, but I feel like, I don't want Beast as a Build-A-Figure. I don't want him huge.
He wouldn't have to be.
I know.
He wouldn't have to be. They've made Jubilee.
I understand that.
Build-A-Figure, for Christ's sake.
But, no, Beast doesn't. I don't want Beast huge.
I'm just saying because of the unique tooling that's going to be required.
But Strong Guy
is terrible. As much as I'm sitting here saying, wow, they've made... me a believer in 90s Jim Lee X-Men team. I take them, I want them all. But Strong Guy is the epitome of everything wrong with the 90s.
Strong Guy is later X Factor, though. And I wasn't a fan of Strong Guy until modern Madrox, the noir stories and such, were investigations. And even then, he's pretty much just keeping Madrox in line. All I can
see is that terrible big body with the little head and those... tiny glasses and that, like,
you just described you described Strong Guy.
I know
that's him.
That's terrible.
But You're not supposed to like everybody.
I know that, but he's terrible.
For you. Just admit it. Admit it. You're a hater.
I am a hater when it comes to strong guy. I'm
strong
guy.
guy.
Hate. I guess I can
all
say.
The figures anyway.
I guess I can say that. Yes, I'll be buying all the figures anyway, so I will own him. But I guess I can say, if it turns out that he is the Build-A-Figure for this wave, I'm going to be glad that it's over and done with, so I don't have to hear about it anymore and see the wish list with this stupid guy on it anymore, and it'll just be done with.
There's a lot of hate in your heart
for strong guy.
Right now.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah. I'm kind of.
I don't care who it.
I'm feeling the negative waves.
I don't care who's hurt by it. Overall, it's an eclectic X-Men assortment that they've hinted at. Something for everyone, even strong guy fans. So I'll be looking forward to that. I gotta say, X-Men more than anything though.
Yeah.
It's painful to me that we only get one assortment a year.
Yeah.
Because I could really support a couple.
Yeah.
But to finish it out, then as far as what was actually shown, the next assortment of the writers, the Ultimate writers,
which they showed in the case.
We saw
Deadpool,
dog pool, squirrel pool.
It's awesome.
A car pool.
Yeah.
You know, on the and I guess it's been down there. I think I heard you say something about it. I hadn't noticed the tailpipe
coming
on the
up
back of the Vespa until today.
That's awesome.
So that's pretty awesome. But then
this is where Chuck finally shows up.
Chuck he's a legendary rider of a golden Shi'ar made hover chair. And it's about damn time.
Yeah.
One.
I can see. Looks a little dated. The big eyebrows makes it look very old school.
Yeah,
and the chair's kind of rounded.
It's like a classic X-Men 1, like X-Men number 1. Chuck in a 1990s vehicle.
Yeah. And they said the prototype that's in there right now doesn't open up, but the final one will open.
And his blankets all open. His blankets all sculpted in there.
Yeah.
And so, because when you're cruising into battle, you don't want to be cold.
Yeah.
It's about damn time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think everybody's been waiting for this. I mean, even with my not until recent liking of that 90s team, even I've wanted the hover chair for Chuck forever, because it's like, no offense to anybody, but just having him sitting in a regular wheelchair for so long, it's not the most exciting thing.
But he's an essential part of X-Men. So.
Yeah, I mean, he's the damn leader. So.
And I like that you can take the figure out if you have the, is it the old movie wheelchair or any kind of 6-inch wheelchair?
The Marvel Legends, Series 9 from Toy Biz? That had a... Or was that a reuse of the movie wheelchair?
Oh, I'm not sure now. I forgot all about that.
Yeah.
Once Hasbro...
Because he had the hands, the yeah,
To me, my X-Men.
Yeah. But since we've already had an opportunity at the wheelchair, I'm glad we're getting the hover chair. It's just more dynamic.
Yeah.
So...
That's cool.
So that's cool.
And it's got the little blast stand under it. Yeah, it looks nice.
He and Chopper from Star Wars Black Series.
Oh, yeah.
Be blasting off
I didn't even think of that.
Together. To me, my Chopper. So, those were the reveals.
Yeah.
Or the things that were strongly hinted at.
Yeah.
But then...
Yeah, there were some
in
hints.
In true Marvel
always.
Legends panel fashion, there were more hints. And there were 2 slides worth of hints. One slide was definitely more overt in what it was trying to show off, so I think we should talk about that first. To me, 2 pictures that were obviously Mystique's skull belt.
Oh, yeah.
And
classic.
And a Pietro Quicksilver head.
I mean, the hair is not classic.
It's not like extreme
Quicksilver,
up there.
But it has that look.
I personally can't think of anyone else who that would have been.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that's Quicksilver, but both of those are sorely overdue
Yeah.
for new versions in Marvel Legends.
I'd be down for Mystique.
See,
they've
now,
had the Mystiques we've had before, and I didn't like.
Yeah, none of them. But now Mystique is a perfect example character because we were talking about Blink with kind of that action flowy skirt piece or whatever. I would not want Mystique to have hers like that.
Why?
I don't know. I just
that
don't
piece
think
on Blink works for Mystique's costume, though. You know what I mean? They
only
can replace the belt with skull. Yeah,
it's sculpted to Blink's.
But I guess at that point, if you replace the belt around the top, you could do anything.
Yeah, unless you glue it on top of it, I guess. But I mean, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But my preference would be that hers would not be as like action oriented. But definitely overdue. Quicksilver, it'll be interesting to see how they do him. I would prefer the light blue look, but if they went green, I guess that would be okay too.
Lightning bolt.
Yeah.
Collar.
Take it or leave it. Yeah. But if they decide to do it, that's cool. If not, I won't miss it. Yeah. But
I think I'm right there too. I think I prefer blue over the green, but I'll take either.
Because he wasn't in green that long.
No.
So, I would take the blue, but I'm just glad to get a good Quicksilver that will go well with the Wanda.
Yeah, that we got with the pink leotard.
Yeah. So that teaser slide was pretty overt, but then the other one, not quite as much. We definitely saw a Magneto helmet.
Oh yeah, there's no denying that.
But I don't know. I guess maybe my hope would be that
they come around to a classic colors for that last colors, Magneto we just got.
Yeah, I mean the cape would need a little reworking to make it perfectly, accurate. So then
the Hydra cap.
The other one was a Hydra cap shield.
And I know that storyline didn't really take off, or I just heard it didn't go over really well with a lot of fans.
It's an interesting choice.
Seeing the pictures, I like the color swap. I like the look of the costume. I wouldn't mind having it off to the side of Captain America, that kind of thing.
So then one more picture.
Yeah, and one more picture.
Don't know, guys.
I have no clue.
What is it? Tell us.
I forgot to even ask about it.
Yeah, everybody in the panel, including the Hasbro Marvel team, was saying it was a Green Lantern battery. So
I guess we're left to guessing. Maybe it's a movie thing. Maybe it's Captain Marvel.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I think when they finally reveal it, it's going to be like, oh, or it's going to be, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. As long as you give me a good character, I guess that works for me. It's probably, it's like a cross-section of something.
It's a zoomed-in, super big-time cross-section of the metal musculature and classic Colossus's arm.
You are
just one
track mind.
We figured it out.
Not we. I don't know what this is. Hey, this is not we.
You shouldn't be surprised by this. I was one track mind over Ben Grimm for years.
Yeah,
and
you
now
got what you
I've
wanted.
gotten satiated just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's time for classic Colossus. But that notwithstanding,
we're not even done with what we saw tonight. There was another.
What was it?
We got to the booth.
Uh-huh.
They didn't show everything in the panel that they put in the booth.
Uh-huh.
It was the Sentinel.
Uh-huh.
And then Genis-Vell.
Oh, geez, I'm glad you said that.
Because I was doing a lot of talking in the booth. I was talking to other people, and it was cool, and I was meeting, and I didn't even know they slipped a figure in there for...
See, I had that written down on the first page.
Yeah, because it kind of goes...
Yeah,
well, it doesn't really connect into anything, but it, being who it is, Captain Marvel
movie, gotta be.
Yeah, it's got to be connected to that. And I asked Dwight at the end of the night, it was kind of like, so is that kind of a, for a movie coming out next year, blah, blah, blah. Didn't say anything confirm.
Right.
But, yeah, I think that's the first figure for the Captain Marvel movie.
Which, that's cool.
Oh, yeah, I'm down
cool.
for... He had the cool Starfield. By the time I took pictures, the convention was turning its lights off and stuff, so it's not the greatest pictures in the world, but
everybody's like, whoa, Robo's taking pictures. We're going to leave these lights on for just a minute.
I was like, guys, I need more time for this.
Hey.
Come on. No, but the cool Starfield, the green, the Kree look to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I like Genis. especially back. I like his Captain Marvel costume more than his Kree costume, but the red and the blue kind of fading into the Starfield and such. But that such a beautiful look.
Toy Biz did a very good job of that deco back in the day when they did that. The figures obviously
outdated now. Yeah,
but that would have been my preferred look for him. But this one's cool. It'll be interesting to see how that one fills out because I can't shake but the feel that it's going to be kind of like that Ant-Man wave from a couple of years ago, and that it's going to be a Captain Marvel wave, but maybe it pulls a little bit deeper and from other corners to help support it.
I think they'll really want to push Captain Marvel and really pull from and try to stick to the focusing on her or the history of that, because I'd love to see a Marvel.
Yeah,
a good version.
Oh, absolutely.
An updated version, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And for villains or whatnot or other supporting characters, I mean, you can get a de-aged Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Nick Fury with out his head shaved and both eyes intact. So.
That Ronin,
young Coulson.
an updated comic Ronin, since we just got movie Ronin, and he's supposedly a comic showing up in the movie.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. And then throw in a Celestial for the Build-A-Figure, right?
Celestial, that'd be sweet. Or Eternity.
Yeah,
they could do anything they want. Isn't she leading Alpha Flight right now? I don't know. I've just heard that.
Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
Man, once again. Sasquatch.
Here's the Sasquatch bringing another, Alpha Flight. But that's Marvel Legends from San Diego
Comic-Con 2018.
You're so tired you're forgetting the year. What year is this?
But overall, solid showing. Lots shown off. And between now and the end of August, they're going to be at like 3 or 4 other shows.
6. 5 or 6, yeah.
So,
in 2 weeks, it'll be.
You've got to think they're going to at least show off one new figure at each one of those things. So, I think we're probably going to see some more of the Spider-Man wave come together. Maybe a couple other like comic-based hints off of
Captain Marvel
or the Avengers.
Yeah.
So
a couple more X-Men
could
be shown. Anyway, finish it off.
No,
I'll let you finish it.
I started it. So. Good stuff. Maybe we'll see. Probably not see anything else new tomorrow, but you never can tell. It'd be not. Hopefully they'll have Kingpin in the booth for us to check out on Sunday. But overall, I mean, I'm signing off of Comic-Con 2018. Pretty damn happy with what Marvel is bringing. I think next year wallets are going to be screaming just as loudly as they were this year, but everybody will be pleased for their shelves. So. Budget accordingly, kiddos, because they're not slowing down, which is pretty good problem to have.
Yeah, there could be worse things.
Yeah.
We could be in the drought again.
Yeah.
The lean years.
No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah. I don't know. Multiverse coming back.
That's a conversation in and of itself.
Yeah. Plus the Star Wars stuff we didn't talk about yesterday. I'm gonna be making
Rio Durant and Moloch. They were the best reveals for the Star Wars stuff, I think.
Yeah,
figure-wise.
Rio's pretty damn sweet.
Pretty damn awesome.
Ezra and Chopper though.
Yeah.
You need to watch Rebels.
I know.
And I need to watch Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So anyway, Marvel Legends, we're done. 2018. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.
Yeah, great job, Marvel guys. They look good. So we're gonna get some sleep, but we'll be talking again soon. So
yeah. Go away.